Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. I'm Naomi, your host, here in Seattle. And I am happy to announce that this is Thrifty Thursday and we're starting a couple new segments. So last week I did one where I found something which was on sale. It's currently retails for $29.99, which is the Raya and Sisu Dragon, and then we were able to get it for $17.99 from Target. And surprisingly, it was on sale last week when we streamed, and then I just checked and it's no longer on sale. So you should have jumped on when you had a chance. And oh, hey, Brick Jedi. Hi, Glenn. How are you? Welcome to the stream. So today I was going through my collection and I found a set from the Lego movie, and I just got it at Bricks by the Bay. And what I had done is they had these swaps where you can't exchange money because it's in conflict with the vendors. So what they allow you to do is bring a bunch of your stuff and then you can swap with other people. And I happened to swap for this set, which is Lego movie The Melting Room, which seems like a little odd. And it, even the cover, it looks so chaotic. I mean, when you look at it, you just think, what am I building anyway? So this box is all crushed, and but it's sealed. It's completely sealed. And I looked it up, and it's amazing the range of prices that you can get for this. It originally retailed for $12.99, and it has two unique minifigs that are only in this set. So sometimes you'll see online people are selling this. I couldn't believe it. There was one person selling this for $102. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? So I looked, and there are a couple vendors selling this for $20 or less. And I said, you know what? This qualifies for Thrifty Thursday. And yes, worst room ever would be the melting room. And it was interesting because I got inspired to look at some of these older sets because of when we recently did the pop up party bus, that you can get some amazing deals for some of these older sets. They're not super jacked up in price. Aloha, I'm back. Like poltergeist. No more night shifts. Oh, great. Welcome back. And I'm happy to tell you, Vicarious Bricksters, I made the bracelets. So the bracelets are made. I just haven't given them to people yet. So I missed the deadline, but I actually did hit the deadline for making them. So I know but we talked about the Brick Scouts, that these merit badges, you achieve them when you achieve them. So if you start in July and you don't finish until August or September, that's okay. That's okay, because just like a merit badge that would be done by other scouting groups, that you can take your time. So at least I got over the hump of actually making them, and I did take a photo of the actual bracelets, so I just need to give them. Remember, no deadline, like Brickmaster 2022. Well, I think Brickmaster 2022 did have a deadline if you wanted to qualify for prizes. But if you don't want to, or if it doesn't matter to you, then yeah, you can do those at any time. So I looked at this set, and it's 122 pieces. So it's still a good deal. For me, I swapped this with the build in a box set. So if you go to a convention, you can sign up for the games. And if you sign up for a build in the bag or build in the box, then you get the set. You get to keep the set. So I didn't pay extra for that, and I ended up swapping that, which was already used, a used set for another used set, which actually technically this isn't a used set. It's just a really badly damaged box. So anyway, that's what we're going to be working on today for Thrifty Thursday. It's an older set. I want to say I looked it up. It was $12.99. I think it came out 4 years ago. I want to say 2018. And but you can still get it online. You can look at some BrickLink prices. I found a few that were around $17. So it still counts for Thrifty Thursday if you want to go get one. We'll see, because part of the reason why some of these sets are more valuable and some people have been jacking the prices up is because of the minifigs. And there is a minifig in here which I'm excited about. It's the Wild Style minifig with a hoodie. And that one is specific to this set. So let me go ahead and show you my down camera for a moment. All right, so if you're wondering about the music, I have it on Surprise Me. So if it is a little off, oh no, don't tell me again. I tell you, I get this set up and my camera always gets me jacked up. It's like, come on, I just want you to zoom. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna have to upgrade my system. This is driving me nuts. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a practical zoom. So here we go. And yeah, see, it won't focus either. All right, I'm gonna try one more time. See, what happens is this program now puts me into an ad, and the ad just will not stop. All right, come on. Come on, ad. Get out of there. There we go. Okay, phew, got it working. All right, so here we go. So here's the 3 minifigs that come with it. And there we go, get that. So remember that police officer with those red shades? That one is unique to this set. And then also this. So we have this wild style with the hoodie. And of course, Emmett shows up everywhere. You know, I think somebody said Chris Pratt shows up in more Lego sets than any other actor. So yeah. And here we go. So nice setup. Thank you. Nice screen layout. Well, I'm trying. So this is, I'm using this green mat. I've started using this more and more because I can turn it around because it's circular. So I can, you know, I can spin it round, round, baby, round, round. You're going to have to watch the movie again. You can't recall the melting room. You can look on YouTube if you don't want to watch the whole movie. Just look on YouTube. It's, I think, a 3 or 5 minute scene. And it's it's hilarious, actually. It's like, no, not the melting room. All right, so this one, it's already pretty beat up, this box. So we know this is going to go into the recycling bin without a problem. But yeah, I think the pop-up party bus kind of is the inspiration for us doing some of these older sets because they qualify too, and as long as you can get it. Oh, I love this piece. This is an awesome piece, this hexagon. Yeah, yeah. I've used this a couple times when I was doing mock improvs, which, by the way, for those of you who are interested, mock improv is not going to be this Sunday, but next Sunday. And I've already got Jacob Dennis, who said he's going to try to be on. So you probably remember Jacob was my guest for the last Sunday episode, where he talked about his digital process for creating his ideas and his artwork. Okay, so this originally was a $12.99 set, so that's why, you know, the brochures and the instructions are not going to be that fancy. But the other thing you'll notice with some of these older instructions is that they don't have the walking figure going across the bottom to kind of give you a sense of how much time you have left. Jacob was so cool. Yes, he was. He was so much fun. Okay, so if you're familiar with the scene, so you notice that they have this little red, I guess it almost looks like a 1 by 1 by 2 brick, but this one, and it's hard to tell from the photo, but Emmett is strapped down to this piece, and this is supposed to be a laser beam that's going to melt him. So it's hitting the back of his backpack in the scene before it actually gets to him. So they call it the melting room because this is where they're going to melt. So it's like a James Bond scene where the laser is coming after James Bond, and is he going to get out, and how's he going to get out? So if like I said, you can go ahead and take a look at the video, and there's Wild Style coming in to rescue him. The piece of resistance. Yeah. Let's see. And I think, yeah, I think here's the minifig of the police officer. So from a marketing point of view, this is not the best photo. It doesn't really show you what am I building here. So we will put this together, but I just wanted to let you know that there's a couple things you can tell too, and also they use this blue background in a lot of these older instructions. But yeah, anyway, so that's what we're going to be dealing with. But we're gonna, and there's no numbered bags in this one because it's a small set, but you can tell that we have some, ooh, this is a cool piece. Look at that. It's a disc. It's a transparent disc. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do some knolling here. Yeah, so here's the piece of resistance, right? I guess on the back. And I'm, like I said, it's just always, I've now become a fan of knolling. I wasn't big on knolling early on in my streams, but now I like knolling because you get to see what cool parts are in the set. So let me zoom out just a hair. Yeah, so today's music is going to be a little unusual because it surprised me. I have no idea what is going to be playing, but it's good to mix it up every now and then. So this is the piece that I was mentioning, this trans disc with the Technic holes around the edges. I have not seen it as a transparent one. I've only seen it in black and I think in red. So just in case you are wondering, that's a cool piece. Oh, here's the hoodie for Wild Style. Okay, let me grab my scissors. So we got a special hoodie for Wild Style. Yeah. I think it was fun about Jacob is that he approached me because I did not know him before, but since he saw um, Alyssa was one of my guests, and she was the one who hosted um, the Brickmaster 2022. So he reached out to me and asked, do you mind if I share my process with people? And I'm like, sure, come on in. That's great. So I'm going to put the minifig pieces kind of in this section over here, and we'll build those. Last time I got distracted, and I'd say, ooh, a minifig piece. Here, let's build it right now. And then I forgot to keep knolling. So I'm trying to be more disciplined about that now. Now this is an interesting piece because I've only seen this in a few pieces, but this one, I remember it, I think, in a sled. But if you look at it, it's angled. So it has this kind of curve going down. And then it's got a 2x2 on the end and then a 1x2 here. So it's a really interesting piece. The way you groan at the octagonal plate Wild Styles hoodie. Yeah, I love them. Now I will put these together because these are corner pieces, these corner bricks. Since they're handy, I'm gonna go ahead and put those two together. Yeah, like I said, knolling is fun because you do get to see some of the cool pieces that are in the set ahead of time. And I see there's no stickers, so there's a couple of pre-printed tiles in here. I'll show that in a second. All right. The other reason why it's good to build some of these older sets, it reminds you of what was popular at the time. And if you think about it, Lego Movie, they didn't know how it was going to come across because it was the first before they did Lego the Batman and also the Lego Movie 2. So since it was wildly successful and they had created these new characters and they started doing that kind of, getting into movies, if you think about it, that, Lego has not been known for movie making until then. So Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Friends. Okay, so you're hearing a prediction now. Ninjago the movie, Friends the movie. They're gonna try to do this with their other product lines, essentially. Now that they've got some experience, and what they have to do is they have to do the storylines, and then they do the storylines and then create the sets from the storylines, right? And then plan it with the release of the movie. So I would not be surprised if they already have this underway, where they're maybe doing a Friends, like let's take a look at the Friends in Space, right? If they had timed it right, they would have had Friends in Space, and then had the Friends, a whole line of those kinds of. There's chains in here. I see Friends being a movie. Exactly. Friends, they've already done a TV show. So they already have an audience around the TV show. And the TV show doesn't really highlight the sets as much. It's more the girls themselves. So I think if they do a Friends movie, and they plan the marketing around the Friends movie, then you will see, just like they do with Jurassic Park when they did the World Dominion sets, that they're going to do sets similar to that. So that's, you heard it here. I'm calling it. I would say, um, they've been doing so many Mario sets. It almost makes me think they're going to do something with Nintendo. With all of the sets that they've been releasing, and I honestly, I kind of was surprised that it's lasted as long as it has. I thought it was going to die a miserable death, similar to video, because you don't get much in those sets. The Mario sets are pretty light when it comes to pieces, but they just have such, I guess, a rave following, that they just keep building them. Just keep, putting those sets out. I don't know. I've bought a few of them, and I think, no, I just moved it. I love the hammock. The hammock is one of my favorite things, and that's when Mario is sleeping. So you turn Mario on, and then you put him in the hammock, and then he has a couple of Z's come up, and he starts snoring. The character starts snoring. I think it's hilarious, but I don't really see the benefit. And maybe because I wasn't big into video games, maybe that's what it is. But I just think, I'm just surprised. Honestly, I'm just surprised that they keep pumping out more of those sets. Like, they just came out with the Princess Peach one, so those diehard video fans are going to go buy that. But it's not that great of a set. I mean, all of those sets are just so small, and not that interesting. I mean, you bounce the character on top of things. I think the most interesting one would have been the Nintendo console. The Nintendo console, along with the television with the rotating, jumping, that was brilliant. But all the other sets, you're just like, really? That's it? That's all you're doing? But like I said, I'm also probably not their target market, so it's not surprising. All right, so I think I've knolled these. Interesting. We have an axe as well. Okay, so we got a knolled set of pieces. I saw a 2x2. Where is that 2x2? Okay, I'll find it later. I'm, when you see a piece like this, the base of a rocker hinge, then you kind of think, okay, I can put that together, but I'll wait. I will wait and follow the instructions. All right, so let's go ahead and put these minifigs together. So I'll zoom in a little bit. Yeah, when the camera works, it's great, but when it gets jacked up by all of those ads, it drives me freaking nuts. All right, so got one of those 1x1 brackets with the little nub on the end, and their piece of resistance goes on the back. So this is for Emmett. And I wonder how Chris Pratt feels having so many Lego pieces that look like him, or Lego minifigs. I mean, you talk about sig figs when people say, I'm going to exchange my sig fig with you. I mean, I think if you're Chris Pratt, you have so many options available to you. That's right. This is the one with the piece of resistance. All right, now let's do the wild style. This one. This one has some really awesome printing. So you can see her torso and on the back and on the sleeve as well. That is awesome. So you're not on the left, but on the right sleeve. And where's that hoodie? I know I put that hoodie around here. Where did I put the hoodie? There it is. Now the hoodie, hopefully they have it here, yeah. If you look closely at the hoodie, the hair has the little bit of the blue and the magenta in there. So you have that special hoodie. So that hoodie alone, I don't know, I haven't priced it out, but I imagine the hoodie itself is a pretty rare piece. All right, so you get that, and then the axe. Apparently she gets to wield the axe as part of this. That's one really kick-ass character. What can I say? Ah, it would be good if I can get it to clutch. There we go. All right. That's one pretty cool character. So this one is unique to this set and would be a good reason to get it. And then I'm here to rescue you. And then we have, apparently this one is also unique to the set too. With this, I think it's because the head is, I don't think it's double-sided, no. Okay, no, I don't remember seeing a baseball cap. Why do I not see a baseball cap? That's supposed to be his head, but okay, we'll look for it later. But he's supposed to have a baseball cap. Oh, I see it now. There we go. So here's the baseball cap. Because, you know, police officers need to do that. Oh, look at that! All right, let's zoom in. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, a little too much for Ganesha. There we go. That is dope. That must be from the what is his name? The Will Ferrell character, I think. But looking at the printing, really great printing on this. Even asymmetrical belt with the okay, now let me make sure I put the right pants on. I think I did. Yeah. I didn't have very many options. The reason why I was hesitating is that the cell phone, it looks cut off, but I guess it's supposed to be like under his belt. I guess that's what they decided to do. Okay. All right. So those are our minifigs. 3 minifigs. And like I said, if you were to get this originally retail, it would have been $12.99. So just getting the minifigs alone would have been great. But even for 20 bucks, 17 bucks, which you can get, I verified it, you can still get this set fairly reasonably priced. So you just have to be on the lookout for it. Or look for somebody who wants to swap too. The swaps are allowed. What set did you swap it for? I'm trying to remember because it was the set that was, I think, built in a box, and I want to say it was a um, a vehicle, because I seem to remember there were some tires in it, but I don't remember the exact set, the built in a box set. But I got the set for free, and then we were trading. So, oh, and you know I love rotators, so we got a little rotation thing going on here. Let's see, what are we doing? Okay, lock this in. Yeah, so one of the things, pieces of advice, if you've never been to a convention, always sign up for the games, because you end up getting some free sets out of it by doing it that way. Okay, we are going to connect this piece. This reminds me of the set, the Star Wars set. It was the Rise of Vader, where he's on a platform and he rotates and he lifts up, you know, and you can put his helmet on. Yeah. Now, this probably wouldn't be a set I would actively look for, but now that I'm doing this modification of Thrifty Thursdays, now I'm going to start looking for sets like this that, you know, you can still get fairly reasonably priced. If $20 is reasonable to you. For some people, that might not be. But it's an interesting technique. You have this top clip, and then you put a stud underneath, and then you put it onto one of these rails. And we need to do 2 of those. Yeah, there's a couple people at Brick Virginia right now. So I'm sure I've been seeing posts from Abner and from Joe Mano, who are out there right now. Somebody had asked me if I was going to Brick Virginia. I go, no, definitely not. I already went to Bricks Cascade and I went to Bricks by the Bay. So the last one that I'm going to do is going to be the Brick Con. What is Build in a Box? It's actually Build by the Box, which is where they give you a box, they take the instructions out, or you take the instructions out, and you can only build the set based on what you see on the outside of the box. And then whoever's the fastest and the most accurate wins an extra prize. But if you're not going into it expecting to win, I've seen people who go in and they're all registered, and then they look at the set and they know it's too complicated. Like, we had a Technic set. Oh, that's what it was. It was a Technic set. Oh, what was it? It was a car. And somebody said, there's no way I'm going to finish this, so I'm just going to leave. So she literally took the set and just walked out the door. But that's valid, you know? It's like, you can do with the set whatever you will. It's your set. And she just decided she wasn't even going to participate in the game. She just left. So we're building another one of these little rails with this top clip, and then the other one is Build in a Bag, where you take all of the pieces. So let's just say this was Build in a Bag. Then all of these pieces we put into a big Ziploc bag, like a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. And then they give you the instructions, and you cannot open the bag. You've got to build this entire set within the Ziploc bag. How is it judged? By the number of pieces left over? See, that's the thing. You don't know how many pieces are left over. So it's, the way I understand it is they judge it based on how accurate the model is to what it should be and how quickly you did it. So if you have 2 people who get it right, if somebody beat you by a minute, that person wins, or even by a few seconds. So this technique is really cool. I'm going to have to remember that. Yeah, building a bag is interesting because you you just throw everything into a bag and then you build it like you normally would, and they give you the instructions and everything. So, and I was sitting next to Neil Snowball, and it's so funny because he kept telling me, I always come in second. I always come in second. And I said, well, if you keep telling yourself that, of course you're always going to come in second. And what do you bet? He came in second. But he was telling me that he loves the speed games. And there's a couple people who are so good at speed games. Another friend of mine, Ferg, who is out of he's out of Seattle as well, and he is really good at one-handed games where you're supposed to build the set just with one hand, because he's just got really good strength from practicing a lot. Some of it was necessity where he had to do that with just one hand, just in life in general. Okay, what did I do wrong here? I think I put the wrong piece here. Hold up. Oh no, I'm okay. Axle, red axle. Here we go. Looking at it wrong. Now this is nice because there's a gear in here. So there's going to be some gear action going on. We'll have to see what that's all about. Build in a bag, one way to keep fingerprints off. Yeah. I don't want anybody to know that I have touched this set. Very, very true. Good point. Okay, so we get to put this onto the rotator. Interesting. And also, did I wonder if I was supposed to move this down one, because we're supposed to have a 1x2 with bar. I have a feeling I may be off by one. Let me see. No, that looks right. Where's the bar go? Oh, maybe the bar goes here. Okay, okay, I see. Okay, I like this piano. This is nice. Let me see what the name of this song is. Oh my gosh. The name of the song is Happy Happy Birthday. I'm going to do a thumbs up on this one. That way, hopefully it'll track back. Wow. That would be nice. On my birthday, I'll have to play that. Happy, happy birthday. So anyway, so here we got this rotator. We've got the those little warning bars. We've got this little ramp. Speaking of birthdays, actually it's more of an anniversary. That my streamiversary is coming on September 14th. I've got to decide what to do. Last year I streamed for 8 hours, longest stream I've ever done, and I gave away prizes every hour. So I may do something similar. I've just got to decide if I do it on the stream day or if I pick a day close to it, because I have a feeling it's during the week. Now that I'm working full time, I can't really just like take the time off, unfortunately. Yeah, it's hard to believe. 2 years of streaming on Twitch. So I started on Twitch, but YouTube is more my style. Maybe because I just see Twitch as being somewhat chaotic, and I'm laughing because the first time Vicarious Brickstress came onto a Twitch stream and we raided somebody and all the emotes were going, and she's like, "Oh my, what's happening?" Exactly. It's kind of chaotic over there, but it's fun too. I just tend to be more chill. So I think that's why for me this is more my speed. Doing something more like this. Okay, we're gonna add some half panels. Yeah, these half panels are nice pieces too. So as you can see, this is probably going to be one I'm going to part out, but I'm going to keep those minifigs. Those minifigs are awesome. Okay, where's my other panel? My other half panel. Why don't I see it? There it is. Okay. Yeah, I actually have an electric piano right behind me, and I've been meaning to practice and do some work with that. And sometimes when you hear a song like that, you just think, wow, that is cool. So that was Happy, Happy Birthday. Don't know, it just says Happy, Happy Birthday on Happy, Happy Birthday. So hopefully I can retrieve that again sometime. Okay, so we are going to put in a bar over here. And looks like one of these curved slopes. Do I collect minifigs? Kind of. I'm not very good about it. What happens is that I get distracted, like CMFs. I will collect the CMFs. For example, I have the Looney Tunes CMFs, and I have all of them. I also have the most recent Muppet ones too, but I don't have a good method of. I should take that back. I do have a set of not Stairlight containers, but they're individual um, inserts that go into like a suitcase type of plastic carrier. And I do subdivide them that way. So like all my Apocalypseburg, for example, all of them are in one of those inserts. I think I would love to be able to someday put all my minifigs out like on a wall. You probably have seen several builders where they build like a minifig wall and they have them all available. Yeah. So I would say I'm not really a collector per se where I have to get certain ones at but I will gravitate to certain kinds. That's probably a good way to phrase it. Certain types I do tend to gravitate towards. Now this is interesting is that they put this bar here with the clip and then they're connecting the chain to that. So, and we're doing that on both sides. Yeah, I wish I was better at that. It's just like when I used to play Magic the Gathering, I used to have a bunch of cards, but it wasn't like I was collecting certain cards. And I wasn't really, that great at it. But every now and then I'd get, an interesting card. I said, oh, that's cool. I probably should have put it into a nice sleeve or something to protect it. But it's interesting how we value things because, having a full set of, say, the Muppet minifigs, someday they're going to be really valuable. So it probably would be a good idea to save it and put it into, a safe place. Okay, so we are now working on the underside of this. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay, I haven't thought about this. So this is the underside, and they're having us put one of these grills here, and then this is attaching to the bar. So it's on the underside like that. So I wonder how they're going to use that portion. And we're doing this again, this side. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, I think I'm a fairly new AFOL. I mean, if you think about it, I probably have really only been super active since 2018 as far as starting to really build my collection and what have you. Okay, so yeah, that's how they want this. And this, how is this attaching? Hold up, did I miss a step? I feel like I need a rocker hinge or something. Oh, okay. It's sitting right in front of me. So remember this thing kind of rocks back and forth. So this goes here. And I believe they want it here like this. Yeah, that makes sense. And then this little nub is actually more of a handle. I thought it was going to be a gear connected to, well, it is a gear, but I thought it was going to be connected to other gears, but it looks like it's being used as a handle. All right. That's kind of cool, this little swivel mechanism. So it's got the swivel and it's got the rotation too. Yeah, if you look at the actual scene from the movie, this is a little, I guess maybe it's an homage to the James Bond kind of movies. You know, where there's, you know, some sort of, you know, the protagonist is being threatened by some evil person and somebody comes to the rescue. So in this case, spoiler alert, that's Wild Style. Comes to the rescue. Okay, so there's a set of handcuffs in here. Okay. That some are serious articulation there. Yeah. Yeah, and then it's got these chains, so I wonder what the chains are going to be attached to. All right, so we have this, and it looks like they just want this in front of this little there. So I guess that's kind of more like an accessory, just to set the scene. Okay. So that hinge piece that I had put together earlier, let's go in here. Like I said, that the front cover is just so chaotic. We're not really sure what we're building. It's coming together though now that I'm looking at this. Okay. We've got a cone going on here. It's just interesting parts, I will say that. Definitely lots of interesting parts in this set. So they have us building this little sub piece to go right there. This is probably where that big laser is going to be built, and that's probably what this tube is all about. And here's a printed tile. I forgot to mention that earlier. So controls. And it's supposed to go on a 1x2. There it is. Oh, good morning, Hooded One. How are you? Welcome to the stream. We are doing something a little different. We are finding sets that are still $20 US or less. And this originally was retailed for $12.99 US. But I have seen this set anywhere from $17 to $103 sealed. Who would pay $103 for this? It's crazy. But there are two unique minifigs in here. That's Wild Style with the hoodie. And then we have this robot police officer, I think. And then, of course, we have an Emmett. You have Emmett everywhere, but the difference is he has this little piece of resistance. So, yeah, so hope you are doing well. We are, like I said, we're just kind of building this. This had 122 pieces, and I got this through a swap recently at Bricks by the Bay. And I said, you know, this qualifies under the new criteria, because we talked about the new criteria with Lego jacking up their prices. That, you know, you know, I just think it's, especially if a set has already been built. I've had this conversation with a couple people. It's like, if you've already built the set, why would you jack the prices up more now when you could be, you know, helping out your customers? I understand if you want to jack up prices later and you're forewarning everybody about that, but to do it ahead of time, that's just kind of wrong. Okay, I'm hesitating because I thought there was a 1x1 light gray or white. I don't see one in white. They do have this kind of orange color, so maybe I'll use that for now. Or, oh, I think, here, I'll show you the instructions. Maybe it's yellow on the right and orange on the left. What do you think? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Still not that very, not that great as far as picture. So I'm going to go ahead and swap these. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, yellow on the left and orange on, or I'm sorry, yellow on the right, yellow on the right, orange on the left. Okay, we're going to go with that. I think that should work. And let's see, we had this. Nope, wrong one. We have another. Yeah, this is that rocker hinge I was talking about. There it is. I was looking for this earlier, but you're a bit tired? It's been very hot lately. Makes working not fun. Yeah. I tell you, we had the heat wave last week. Oh my God. I was so glad today. It was, I think, 65 degrees, and it was slightly raining. Oh, it was so refreshing. I have all my windows open right now, and I've been enjoying not running the air conditioner. Let's see, what am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something. Yep, there it is. I'm missing on this side. I'm supposed to put the bar. There it is. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit. Well, I think there's a heat wave in all of Europe right now, right? I heard that there have been extremely high temperatures also in the UK, parts of France. Everybody's just sweltering. And then in the US, we've got it in now. It started where we are in the Pacific Northwest, but now it's in the central part of the US. So yeah, not fun. That's why I love air conditioning. I tell you, getting that air conditioner was worth every penny. It was well worth it. Okay, so this is where I left off. And this is going to go here. Like that. It's a cool little panel. And somehow, now this is what's confusing me. I don't know if I was supposed to do that. It doesn't seem right. Or maybe like this. Ah. Okay, I think that's what they want. Make sure I have the right color. It just seems weird with the light gray. Yeah, usually this doesn't seem right. I was looking at it again. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, I think this was not supposed to be here. It's hot everywhere, yeah. Well, I read a couple different weird articles. One of them says that New Zealand is putting together a strategy to circumvent global warming by relocating people to higher ground. It's like, okay, I guess you're being proactive about it, but still. Okay, so now this piece will connect here. All right, so you can kind of see this coming together. Here's where Emmett is going to be strapped down. It was 102 where you're at. Oh, and Brick Jedi, are you in Sacramento? I seem to remember. I think you said or were you in Tennessee? Trying to remember where you are, but 102. Oh, and see, my family, most of them live in Phoenix, and I just hate going there in the summertime. In fact, my mom is actually coming up to visit me in early September. So we'll be having fun. I'm excited about it. Haven't seen her in a little bit. And then I told her I'm also going to be going down to Arizona in October. That's the plan anyway, after BrickCon. After BrickCon, why is this not collecting? There we go. Okay. So here's that piece I was mentioning. So if you look at it from a side angle, it's about a 2-plate slope going down, because if you see, this brick is 3 plates, and then when it comes down to here, it's about 2 plates off of the bottom. Chico, it's close to Sacramento. Yeah. Ugh. Oh my God. Chico, isn't that where Aaron Rodgers is from? Didn't Aaron Rodgers either go to Chico or was raised in Chico? I seem to remember that. I know that because he wanted to be a 49er originally. And he also played for Berkeley for a little bit as a player. Okay. What am I missing here? I'm missing a 1x4. There it is. I've been to Sacramento a couple times. I haven't been to Chico. He's from Chico, yeah. Does he ever come back to visit and like do radio show interviews and such? It's funny because I think he's had some interesting coverage in the news. When he was dating that actress, was it I'm gonna say, is it Olivia Munson, something like that? And then the other thing was when he he put his foot onto the dais when somebody asked him if he had foot COVID or something, and he like took his shoe off and put his foot onto the table. It's like, I do not have foot COVID. Oh my God, he's so funny. I loved it when he did those State Farm commercials, but we haven't seen him in a State Farm commercial in a while. Yeah, but he's good as a Green Bay Packer. All right. So this is similar to what we did before, except now this is, I guess, right side up. Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting pieces in here. I don't know why my video keeps blurring like that. It seems like when I move a certain way, maybe, or maybe it's just. No, am I kicking something? I don't think I am. Okay. All right. Let's see. 1x2. Yeah, we're almost done. We're very close to done. You could tell just by the leftover pieces. All right, so now I want to flip this over this way. And we have another rocker hinge. Okay, I want this here. Okay, and flip this around. Yeah. So it's going to fit right in there. Okay. This is just the weirdest looking thing. What is this going to do? I mean, you could tell that this is going to rotate. I don't know, maybe this is going to go on some kind of spinner or something, maybe. Oh, okay. All right, so we're still upside down, and they want to, this is kind of cool. All right, so you know that we have this open pin here. They want to put this in the bottom of that. That is cool. That is a cool technique. Wow, that's pretty cool. I would have never thought about doing that. Okay, and this is still upside down, and they want us to put one of these levers here. All right, so I've got this lever action going. And on the other side, they just want a stud. And so it's asymmetrical. And speaking about asymmetrical, I've been watching the documentary about George Lucas and the making of Star Wars, and they talked about the Millennium Falcon and how he wanted a different ship for Han Solo, and that the artists, and if you can imagine, this is part of the Millennium Falcon, that they put the cockpit on this side, and then they put like a radar dish up here, so it was asymmetrical. And George Lucas loved it, and they said, "We know he's going to love this because it's asymmetrical," because he wanted things to be different. Okay, so where are we putting this? We are putting this over here. Ah, so this clip is going to attach to this bar here. Let's see if I can do this right. If I can get it. There we go. Okay. So we have this cool little hose attachment connection. And here, I'll zoom out a little bit. So we've got that hose going. We've got that. And the laser, I think, is going to be the last thing. See how this laser gets put on. It's still kind of weird. All right. Oh, okay. Here's that clear disc I was talking about earlier. All right. So that's going in here. Oops. Would be good to put the axle through. I thought it was a stud connection. It's an axle. All right. There we go. All right. Ah. Okay. Put one of these here. Now, it's always fascinating me when they decide to use gun pieces. Okay, why is this not flush? That drives me crazy when something is not flush. I want to make sure I didn't miss a step. No, they want the bushing there. Okay. So the reason why I'm hesitating is that you see how you can just see the measurement here. This is only going to go up to there. So that's why there's a little bit of a gap showing, which is like a little annoying. See that little gap? But that's correct. And now they're going to use a gun as a connection point. The gun's going to go here. Okay. Now the cone goes on this side. And this long red beam. All right, there's that laser beam. Now this drives me crazy. I don't know if you can see it. There's a bubble. You see that bubble that's in the middle of that? That drives me crazy. And here's another bubble on that side. So I will tell you that not all rods are made alike. This one has two bubbles in it. I might have to swap it out for one of the ones that I have to make it look nicer. I don't know if that drives anybody else crazy, but I just don't think it's aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so this now will connect here onto this pin. So here's our little laser. And let's see, it does have some rotation there, and you can move it around this way. That's just you. What about the bubbles? Yeah, I'm the only one who doesn't like bubbles. Okay. All right, well, I think we're done because I'm looking at the rest of the set. I am a little concerned I have two pins, two 1x pins, and I think I know where one of them might go. It might be in here. It might be here. Because this seemed like, yeah, that's got to be it. Because that seemed a little loose. Okay, so I'm guessing if you look at the scene on on YouTube, so look up Lego Movie Melting Room. Emmett is strapped to this platform face down. And let's see. Yeah, will he fit here face down? Hold up. Might have to, should I move his arms up? Uh-oh. Or maybe they're not doing that right. Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay, so they want us, the drawing has him, his hands back, and these chains are attached to his hands. This is kind of brutal. Oh my God. Don't do this at home, kids. This stream was clearly not made for kids. So they have him strapped using these chains like this, face down, and he is going to be right here. And I guess he put his legs, hopefully, yeah, there we go. Okay, oh my God. Mold masks make me crazy. Oh, you should stop using Lego. Okay, so if you want to take a look, this is our poor Emmett strapped face down on this platform, and he's got his hands tied with chains on the back, and this thing moves back and forth like this, and apparently the laser, and like I said, if you watch the scene, the laser is pointing to this piece, and it has started. So he can feel this laser like burning into the plastic. And it's like, oh no, what's going to happen? It's going to hurt pretty soon. And then not Vicarious Brickstress, but Wild Style comes in with her hoodie and starts literally kicking a bunch of the guards. So I'm guessing that one of the guards might be here. And let's just put him over here. Let's see, I think he can go here. It's like there's not a lot of places these minifigs can be on this platform. All right, there we go. So we're going to place him here for now. And then she's going to come running in and this is kind of a violent set. Oh my God. His face should have had a scared expression. Exactly. He looks way too calm, doesn't he? Like he looks like, okay, yeah, they're just gonna, put a laser in my back. But she comes running in with an axe. and this guy has this it looks like a pistol with a sight on it. I don't know if there's supposed to be another bar, like if there should have been a bar, but these are the extra pieces. So yeah, but this is kind of a creepy set. We'll say that. I don't know. Would you want your kids to be putting this together? Let's see. What's the age of this? This is for your 6 to 12-year-old. If you want your 6-year-old to be strapping a person down with chains behind their back, yeah, I would say parents, just be careful what sets you give your kids. Oh my God, the Craggle. Oh, Johnny G, how's it going? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, if you think about it, this is a pretty weird set for a 6-year-old. I don't know. Maybe many hours of play of you. His face on the box is scared. Oh, good point. That is an excellent point. Well, let me check to see if he's got a double face. That could be my bad. Here, let's take a look. Let's free him from the chains for a moment, shall we? So what did you do today, little Sally? Oh, I put together this Lego set where I had to strap down Emmett. There it is. There's the scared face. Good call. Good call. It's a double head. So there we go. Yeah, that's a pretty messed up face. So we'll put him back now. Now it makes more sense, right? That he's got his hands tied behind his back with chains, and he's got this laser pointing right at him. So yeah, Emmett's not having a good day right now. But I would say this is, I don't know, in my opinion, I would not give this to a 6-year-old. Maybe a 10-year-old, but I don't know. I just think, what's the subcontext here you're telling your kids? You can be Will Ferrell? Oh, I don't know if I can. But Hooded One, hiding the mold marks is a fun challenge. Okay, so here's, once again, the face. So we've got the face of him face down. And then we have this guard. The guard only has the one face with the glasses. And then this minifig is really cool because of the printing, and it's got a special hood which has the wild style hair in it. So if you oops, maybe this won't pull out. All right, well, trust me on this. Go back and rewind the video. But this hood is a special hood with the special printing on it. But yeah, so yeah, for a 6-year-old, I don't know. I don't know if I would encourage a 6-year-old to make this set. But, 10 or older, yeah. And like I said, I'm not sure how they pitched this set. Because you imagine, they have scenes in the movie and they're saying, okay, we have to have this set, with the melting room. And, they even have this adjustment. So it's like, we have you now, Emmett. Turn on the laser. We've got the laser on. I mean, what's the kid gonna be saying while they're playing with this set? Yeah, a little disturbing, I will say. This is a bit of a disturbing set. Now there is some interesting articulation here with the hinge, and then we have the rocker hinge here, and then we also have another rocker hinge right here. So you have you have a couple different places for motion and articulation. But yeah, I would say, it's a good set for parts and for unique minifigs, but I'm not sure if I would recommend this for a family. I would say maybe for a teenager, but yeah, I'm still surprised they're having a 6-year-old do this. But then again, Lego has been kind of lax when it comes to their policies, because you know that they've been saying we want to make castles yellow because gray is too violent. Well, guess what? August 1st, they just released this big castle. It's all gray. So, and then Stranger Things, that set is pretty dark. And if anybody has been watching the series, this season 4 is probably the most gruesome I've seen. And yeah, so Lego's going to have to make a decision, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who would love to have another follow up to the Stranger Things set. They see enough real violence on TV, so pretend violence in a Lego set is okay. Oh, okay. So you think this is fine for a 6-year-old? I would have put the age group a little higher, personally. But, you know, that's just an opinion. I don't know why this is not clutching. It was clutching earlier. Everything's now falling apart. There we go. Let's clutch it there. But yeah, like I said, I like the articulation that's in the set. I just don't like the way it's represented. I think that's the part I have a hard time with, because I don't know, how do you make this scene? I mean, this is a torture scene, right? Essentially, it's a torture scene with Lego, and yeah, I would just say this probably wasn't one of their highest moments as a Lego company, to have this as one of their chosen sets. Um, I mean, we all know that Emmett's going to be okay, and he gets out of this bad situation. But yeah, as a company, I probably would have said, come up with something a little more positive, maybe. And just the fact that he's face down with chains, yeah, not my favorite. I will say, just for me personally. Now, for some of you, you might say that's pretty tame, so not a big deal. But you know, kids are impressionable, you know, and it would be kind of sad if in the future some adult says, "Where did you get this idea?" Oh, it was in a Lego set when I was 6 years old. Yeah, that would be kind of weird. So anyway, for me, um, this is a good deal, because you can get it still for $20 or less, but not my favorite topic. And once again, when you look at the drawing, it's so chaotic. I mean, part of it has to do with the backdrop. I think they could have cleaned the backdrop off a little bit, and this is a little bit better. And it looks like they show him sitting upright after he's rescued. In fact, I'm going to do that before we close the stream, because I just find this disturbing to have him face down with his chains. So we're gonna change that up, because that's not fun. We want Emmett, and we want this to be leaving on a good note. So, and thank you, Johnny G. I think it was, or Brick Jedi. Yeah, Brick Jedi, for suggesting the correct face. So now he's been saved, and he's back to his neutral face, and he's upright and no longer in chains, and not with his hands tied behind his back. Yeah, let's make him this way, shall we? Okay. You just never know what you're going to end up building. So here's some more pictures from the box, so you can see his shocked face, face down with the chains behind him. And then it looks like Wild Style. Oh, I see. She grabs the axe from here. So the axe actually should have been right here, but she has it in her hand now. Okay. interesting. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't, when I saw this box, I wasn't thinking, how am I going to be building this set? But I guess it is kind of clear here, but it wasn't that obvious. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me go back to full screen. So let me know how you feel about this. If you like the stream, like and subscribe, and let me know in the chat or also in the comments. You know, what do you think? Should Lego have even made this set as a 6 to 12-year-old set? The melting room. I think it's a little controversial to me. So that's why we're leaving Emmett in a good state where he's now upright, sitting upright, not tied down with chains. Some cool building techniques. Yes, definitely some cool building techniques here. You have some really good articulation with the rotation of the bed where it rocks up and down here. This person just keeps dropping. We also have the angles that they made with the platform, and then so we have um, this laser beam. I think this is probably my favorite too. This hose and how they attach the hose to the bottom of a 2x2 round, and then put it into the other end of a rocker hinge. So I think that's pretty cool. And I, of course, you saw me excited about this translucent um, Technic wheel. Now I think what they're using more is those radar dishes. But yeah, there are some cool building techniques in here. So yeah, I agree with you, Brick Jedi. But I don't know. I think the topic of Emmett being strapped down in chains, I'm not a parent, but I would be, you know, if I was building this with my child and that was one of the things, I would probably say, let's not do this part. let's have him just laying down instead of strapped down. I don't know that. You know, what do you do if you're a parent and you're midway through a build? What do you do? Hey Max, how's it going? We just finished. We just finished building this. Here, I'll show you. We just finished building this. It's a bit of a chaotic build, I will say. It probably doesn't photograph well. Looks like it's the end of the show. Yes, it is. It's getting close to the end. Yeah, we started at 9, so it's about an hour and 24 minutes. So yeah, but it was interesting as far as you have this bed that rocks up and down. You also have this uh, little hinge brick that brings the laser this way. And then we also have a rocker hinge that, or actually this is a clip and bar. And then we have a rocker hinge here for the control panel. Yeah, so there's some really interesting techniques. I think what we, you can go back and watch the video, but there's a section where you have to strap down Emmett face down on this table with his hands behind his back attached to chains. And I was like, that's a little disturbing. And this is a set marketed for 6 to 12-year-olds. So yeah, I would say I wouldn't. You know, even though I liked the techniques, I wouldn't build if I, you know, my nephews and nieces are older now, but this set makes me feel violent. Well, I mean, it's just plastic, right? But it's the subcontext, I think, that is a little risque, which is kind of surprising for Lego because they don't like to have guns, they don't like to have violence, and they do have, I think, some guns when it comes to Star Wars, but they're really pretty, in general, they're pretty conservative that way. So for them to come out with this set with that last part, I'm really surprised, which is part of the reason for my shock because I just decided to build this maybe a couple hours before the show because I was thinking about the new format. So for some of you who don't know, from last week, we decided with the prices going up, so Lego has made the announcement that in September they're going to raise prices. So my target price point is $20 US or less. So I can still do that and look for sales. So last week we did Raya and Sisu Dragon, which is normally a $29.99 set, but it was on sale special for $17.99. And then this set I got from a swap. And then when I checked on BrickLink, you can still buy this set for $20 or less. Lego doesn't care. They want to make money. I have a feeling they didn't make much money on this because if you look at this, I mean, the only thing that maybe would have drawn people to buy this are the special minifigs. But the actual, the photography is terrible. You know, even on the back, it's very cluttered. You don't even really know what you're building. Because when I was looking at this, I'm going, I don't remember this scene. And just looking at the photo, I was just like, okay, it fits the criteria. I'm going to put it in. So I am glad I built it. But it was surprising that last step where they, you know, it put Emmett face down with his hands behind his back tied to chains to this table. It's like, ah, I didn't want to do that, but for the sake of following the instructions, we did. But we're not going to end it that way. We're going to end it with him sitting straight up, hands untied, rescued, and we'll part this out later. I probably will not keep this just because I just don't agree with it. Just personal opinion, folks. I don't agree with that, and I'm very surprised Lego let this through. Because I'm sure there's other scenes they could have done in the movie, and I just don't see a lot of people saying I gotta have the melting room scene. I don't know. The melting room was the most creepy Lego in the Lego movie. Yeah. Hey, minifigure collector. How's it going, Robbie? Yeah. I mean, it's a disturbing scene in the movie, but it I don't remember that scene in the movie talking about chaining him down. You know, I think they just cut to that scene where he's already there. So to actually build it, you know, and you know those minifigure hands, you know, those little hands, they do fit over the stud connection on the chain. So I was like, I'm sorry, I'm doing this to you. I'm just following the instructions. But that's okay. He's rescued. He's fine. No harm, no foul. But it makes you wonder who has been through the melting chamber before. So yeah, don't buy this. I'm just gonna say right now. If somebody has it on, I think eBay for $102.95, it's crazy. I would not pay $102 for this set. You know, and this box was completely trashed, but it was sealed, so everything was in there. So yeah, probably we're gonna put this under creepiest Thrifty Thursday set we've ever built. It's this set because I've been doing this almost 2 years. Because I was mentioning, okay, so this Sunday, 1 o'clock, I'm still lining up a guest for that. My guest that I thought was going to be able to make it, he's going to be in Canada, so he's not going to be able to make it. But we will still look at 1 o'clock on Sunday, and then 9 o'clock on Twitch. I do want to apologize for yesterday that our guests had a conflict, so they weren't able to attend. And we will finish next Wednesday the What, When, Why Wednesday episode for Lego Masters Season 1, Episode 9 for New Zealand. And then we're going to be shifting. So we're going to take a couple weeks off after that. And we're going to shift to Thursdays because pretty soon in September, we're going to be doing the Lego Masters North America Season 3. And those are going to be broadcasted on Wednesday. We'll do the review on Thursday. Okay, Hooded One, take care. Thanks for hanging out with us. The boardroom from the Lego movie, I would have done the boardroom. Yeah, exactly. The melting room, it's kind of weird. But anyway, so next week will be our last What, When, Why Wednesday episode. And then I'm going to do 2 episodes on Thursdays. We're going to do the review which will start in September. And then we're going to do on Thursday, regular Thrifty Thursday as well. So that won't change. Thank you for your feedback based on what we talked about last week. But yeah, we'll see you probably maybe Sunday. And if not, we'll see you sometime next week. But anyway, thank you, Hooded One, Max, Minifigure Collector, Brick Jedi. Um, let's see, Johnny G was here too as well, and everybody who's been hanging out in the chat, like Carrie Brickstress. So feel free to give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and we will be back again and continue with this Thrifty Thursdays episodes. So take care, everybody, and as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, may the clutch be with you. Take care. Bye.